like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, y'all, I'm back with some new content. This video features Empress I, aka Rose, and her daughter. Guys, this was actually a request, and I'm going to go ahead and honor their request. They've asked me to share this video and information. So be sure to drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. All right, y'all, let's get into this video.
Wagwan, wagwan, wagwan. Peace, love, light, and darkness. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Wagwan, wagwan. Divine researcher, God-bodied. Welcome, welcome. Gamma, Tori. Welcome. Peace, babe. Peace, love, lights, and darkness. Medea, wagwan, Medea, wagwan. Yes, wagwan, wagwan, wagwan. How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? I know it's a bit of a gloomy day in the A right now. It's a bit gloomy. It's not really much of a sun. It's very cloudy. Wagwan, seeking Alex. Wagwan, Alex. Hey, yep, as you can see, I'm smiling too. It's a gloomy day, but you don't know, that's not supposed to affect my mood. It's trying to affect my mood, but you know what? I have the power over how I feel right now. It's like, you know what? As much as it don't look like a best day outside, that can't affect how I feel on the inside. I still gotta be like, you know what? It still feels good. I feel good. You know what I mean? That's it. I feel great. I feel amazing. So I live in this life. It takes a village. You know, it takes a village. Alicia. So Alicia is supposed to be, there she go. Because I want to be like, she was supposed to be on. It takes a village, y'all. It takes a village. Why is it not accepting you? I don't know why it keeps doing that. My life don't accept people, like it just be, oh, there you go.
We couldn't come out because he was still eating.
I know, because you were supposed to be right here. She's supposed to be right here in this chair next to us. Juju, wagwan, Juju, wagwan. Look at Granny Baby. Look at Granny Baby. Juju's such a happy, happy baby. Yeah, we're talking about it takes a village, you know.
Right.
Our youth right now are being exposed, so y'all are being exposed to a different way of living. You know, we're used to this one way of living where it's just individuals, everybody's their own individuals, everybody have their own house and doing their own thing. But now the knowledge is out about communities and tribes. And you know, back in the days it was villages. Like we lived in villages and we were our community. We helped one another. So we're going back into that, you know, into that mentality of it takes a village. It takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village because the youths right now are the future. Like as much as I want to be here forever, I know I don't have that much time left. But guess what? My daughter, my grandson, they have way more time than me. So why not invest into the future? Because that's my future. This is our future. The kids, the youth, they are our future. So we are here, you know what I mean? Asking again for you, for your help,
for your
to invest in the future. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, it's not easy doing it alone. This is why we have each other, you know. This is why we are all on the same planet to help each other, one another. And you know, just asking for that support, not to live off of donations, or some people may see it as we are just trying to do nothing with our lives. No, we're just trying to get on our feet, you know, create a foundation for our children to be able to be in that stable environment, you know. So we're asking for your support to get my husband Pumbaa. He's in Uganda, right? And he when he does his construction work, he only makes $5 from that. $5. I wish I could show you a picture of his work, but it's on my phone I'm using right now. But yeah, like he can't really support himself to buy his own ticket and get his visa money, you know. But he does have many skills, and if he comes to the state, he'll be able to provide for his family, you know, not only me and him, but his tribe as well.
Right.
So yeah, it takes a village, you know. We're about that community life, community building, helping one another, and yeah.
Yes, exactly.
But I may have to switch phones because I'm using the phone that really does not work.
Oh, that's why I was looking so cloudy. I was like, just come
So
back on.
I'm gonna come back on,
Okay.
and it might freeze anyways.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Wagwan, extra calm, young warlock. I am love. Wagwan. Yes, because we're talking about like it takes a village when it.
For those of you who may not know who Grand Empress I, aka Rose, is, she is an ex-Carbonation member. She joined Carbonation while they were in Hawaii, and when she arrived with her son and her daughter, they found out that Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Three God, and many of the other members were arrested for violating quarantine.
Yes, because we're talking about like it takes a village when it comes to, raising, children and, being a community, being part of being tribal, that lifestyle of, a lot of people right now. This is tribal land, that we're on tribal land. The Native Americans were tribal people, you know what I mean? They had chiefs and chieftesses and stuff like that. So this is tribal land. It's just that the tribal land got colonized. So we're living differently now. We don't live in tribes like we used to anymore. You don't see a lot of that anymore because it's now colonized. And now it's divide and conquer, and everybody got their own stuff going on. Even though we're on one land, there's like 16 houses on one block. But back in the days, that was a whole tribe. That was that one land that it belongs to that tribe. That's how it was. But because we got colonized and we living in division right now is why we don't have that mindset no more, because we were trained and we were programmed and indoctrinated into the colonizers' way of living. And this is how they live, divide and conquer. This is how they live. And this is why a lot of people can't get on this wave of villages and communities and tribes and dynasties. You know what I mean? We're living on tribal land, guys. Like, this is a tribal ground. These people shed their blood. These people died for us to live this individual land. For real.
Peace.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're out.
In darkness. Yeah, we're out. We came out. He was just having his little moment.
Right.
But he's okay now.
Good. So
right. So, like I was saying, everyone, came in a point in their life where they needed to ask for help or needed support for something. We're not out here living off of donations or whatever, people are saying about us. We just need some support when it comes to, helping my husband get here, because we need that. We need that family-like environment. We're not all about being by ourselves, being individuals. We're about healing, breaking generational curses, and that takes the whole family dynamic to be involved. And he's not just these men that be out here doing nothing. No, he's a multi-skilleted, talented man. Like, my husband cooks. He knows how to construct. He knows how to do art. He knows how to write music. He knows how to dance. He knows how to play a guitar. He knows how to, like I said, construct a house.
Build.
He's a builder. Mm-hmm. He's a plumber. He's also, he knows how to fix cars.
Designer also.
He's a designer. It's a lot of things that my husband has, but he's just in that environment where he's not getting paid enough for his talents,
right,
for his skills. So that's why he needs to be, in the States so that he can be able to provide for his family.
And just to give you guys a little bit more of the backstory on Grand Empress I, aka Rose's journey, when she joined Carbonation in Hawaii and everybody was arrested, they had to leave and go back to where they came. Unfortunately for her and her children, that left them in quite a situation because they had given all that they had to the group in order to join.
You know, in the States, so that he can be able to provide for his family, because
Right.
you know he is a very well-rounded individual. He's not out here doing nothing with himself.
Right.
Even I have my phone, hopefully it don't cut off. I have like this video with him constructing, but he only made $5 from that. He literally remodeled a house. He painted the walls. He was like doing the floorings outside.
And they're only paying these people $5 a day, y'all. $5 a day. That's what they're paying them out there for constructing, for doing all of that stuff, designing, constructing, remodeling their homes. They're paying these employees $5 a day. So how can one survive? How can one really not survive, because that's survivable? How can one really thrive in that environment? How can you thrive?
But
What go on be? Yes.
So I can't really show.
He can build on the land. He can build.
He did the flooring.
That's. Let me see if I can see it clear, because it's not as clear. But that's the floor. That's the whole floor that he
but
did.
you can kind of see it.
Yeah, you can kind of see
it
the
rained,
floor.
so that's why that money is on there.
Yeah.
But he did the stones.
You have another one too.
Yeah.
Since he's looking.
After the Hawaii Carbonation situation, Grand Empress I and her two oldest children headed to Puerto Rico.
On there.
Yeah.
But he did the stones.
You have another one too.
Yeah.
Since he's looking for someone to build on land. Yes, he's a builder, constructor, designer. He can do some stuff. Peace, light, and darkness. All of it. Yes. We're and it's like when you invest, you're not investing in someone who's gonna waste. You know what I mean? Just waste your time, waste your money. No, he's gonna be productive because he's a productive man.
It froze.
Don't froze. Shoot. Hold on. No, it didn't. It didn't.
It may.
It's freezing.
My phone,
you
y'all.
should put it on my phone.
Up.
You should airdrop it to the other phone.
I have to get the other phone, or you can hurry up and grab it real quick.
Okay, 1 second, guys.
1 second, y'all.
Keep going.
We're just right.
Talking about the
But the what? Right. Like he's an asset when it comes to the family. He's not out here just doing nothing with his life. No, he's striving, he's working, he's doing the best that he can. But we just need a little support so he can come here and help his family. That's all. Because we need each other in these times. We can't be out here alone, My phone already froze.
Well, go on, Gifted one.
Nature, my phone is fucking up. It's a lot of shit, but you just gotta work with what you got.
You're not gonna be able to drop it.
But we also got him cooking and other stuff.
Oh yeah, we got plenty of things that that Pumbaa, her husband, does. And like I said, when you do support, and we're grateful, by the way. First of all, we're just so grateful for all the love and all the support to your kind words and comments and sharing her story. Like, it is so overwhelming, and I'm so grateful. Overwhelming as in I am overwhelmed goodly. Like, it's a good thing. My heart is so full of joy and gratitude for what you guys are doing. Like, I'm so grateful.
Once they arrived in Puerto Rico, Grand Empress I, aka Rose, and her son and daughter started their own tribe. This is the same tribe that Kite's wife was in. It is also the same tribe that Velvet joined when she was confronted by Eligio Bishop, a.k.a. Nature Boy, a.k.a. Three God, in Puerto Rico.
My heart is so full of joy and gratitude for what you guys are doing. Like, I'm so grateful. Like, you guys are helping, you guys are supporting. So we are so grateful. And this is a true definition of it takes a village, because we know that one person cannot come up with $900 to buy a ticket. We know one person can't do that. But guess what? With like 20 people or 40 people or 50 people or 100 people, you know what I mean, can put together, and it can help him get here, you know. And that's the village life that we're talking about, you know, people coming together and supporting the youth because they really need our help. You know, they are the next leaders. They are our leaders. You know, they're next in line to take this baton and carry it on, you know. So we're not about just going out here and just want to just, you know, be wild and do nothing. My daughter is young, yes, but she's not one of those that just wants to be around with a whole bunch of different guys. She just wants her husband and her family, and that.
By many accounts, the tribe that Grand Empress I, aka Rose, and her oldest children started was a spinoff of sorts to Carbonation. And that tribe did not last long. After that, they headed out to Costa Rica, spent some time there, and then went on to Africa.
That just wants to be around with a whole bunch of different guys. She just wants her husband and her family, and that's it. She's not trying to be out here with different she has a husband right now. She wants her husband here, you know. So that's what we're fighting for family unity, because like I said, we have enough broken families right now. A lot of homes right now is broken. You know, I was a single mother for some years, but I did have her dad and her brother. They have the same father. I was married for 10 years to him, you know. So, but eventually we split up. We got divorced, you know. But I'm just saying, and then I had to raise them without him. End up having 2 other kids after him, you know, after them. So I had to end up as being a single mother. And it's tough to be a single mother out here. So the fight is to keep families together. It's to be in that village mentality, that village mindset. It takes a village, you know, for us. And we're all about that right now. We're on that community vibe. And we've been on this for years.
What he drew.
The village. This is one of Pumbaa's artwork.
That, he wants to build that, actually, the physical.
Yes. With land, he can build this. Literally, we can build it. This is what I remember. I asked him to draw this, you know, for our village, for our dynasty, you know, when we was in Africa, and he was able to draw this with pencil. It was just a pencil. He's a great artist too, and he can actually construct this too himself. And some people, but he can construct that. We've seen him in action, you know. Yes, Wagwan, camera.
So you should probably put up your Cash App.
Oh, I'll pin my Cash App here with supporting Pumbaa getting here. That's what looking. All I'm hearing is I'm like, this one over there chewing on his hand. Empress I. Okay, let me pin it. Okay, so yeah. Yes, so that's what it takes a village, and that's what we've been fighting for. The fight has been this from the beginning. When we left, we went to Puerto Rico first. We went to Costa Rica next. Then we went to Africa. But along this journey, the whole thing was about keeping families together. How can we build a tribe? How can we build a nation? You know what I mean? How can we do it together as a family? And being in the tropics, you know, being in a tropical location. But and it's not easy. It's really not easy, because we've been so programmed to just live this individual life that it was hard to get out of that program of, you know what, welcoming everyone, you know what I mean, into your home, like meeting strangers, people that I've never met. We were tried before, and we just open our home and our hearts to people, cooked, you know what I mean, cooked for them, clean for them, pay the bill.
I ain't even finna hold y'all. Y'all know I gotta keep it a whole stack. Now, I don't necessarily agree with them asking for donations to help get her husband here from Uganda. But if this is the way that they feel that they could get the money the quickest to get him to safety, then I totally get it. But it's just not something that I would do.
open our home and our hearts to people, cooked, you know what I mean, cooked for them, clean for them, pay the bills, and it was a bunch of people under one roof, you know, and we had great moments. We had very high moments when we did that. And of course, with the drama, we had some drama too, because we're still healing and we're going through our generational curses that we're breaking. So we had a lot of moments that wasn't good either, but we had great moments when we were together. When we're together as a people, I'm telling you, we experience nothing but bliss. When we're in that frequency, when we're in our higher self, we're not on the drama, we experience the highest of the highs. We really do. It's a great feeling. But once we can control our emotions, we can come together. That's the whole thing. We have to have emotional intelligence and not let everything, we can't take everything so personal. And this is why the tribe split up like that, because it was a lot of high emotions and people's feelings got hurt and a lot of stuff happened where we had to split up. But we still never gave up. We're still here. You know, we never gave up on the fight, and we're never going to give up because we believe in our people. We know that this can be done. We know that for sure. You know, this is what we're about. We're about that life.
And if, like you said, if you're helping out a family, don't you know how blessed you will be to see, you know, a couple unites?
Right. Right. Exactly. For the one who for those who, yes, unhealed vessels, yes. And you know what I mean? Not everyone understand. I understand that not everyone, you know what I mean, is going to be on this, because everyone have their own, also they have their own individual journey.
That's what I'm saying.
You know?
I'm not out here saying, oh, you know, get one husband and start your family. None of that. No, I'm just saying that this is what I want to do on my journey. And I will support someone, whatever they want to do on their journey. You know, whether it's to do their own, you know, tribe with women or men, or it doesn't matter, because I'm not in the place to judge anyone and what they want to do. Right. But me, I just choose to be, you know, be with one husband and have a family and build with my husband. That's what, you know, my journey is going to be like. Right.
So yeah, it's not for, we know that not everyone, you know, is gonna be, you know, want to be part of a, you know, community or tribe. We understand that, you know, like that's some lessons that we had to learn ourselves. Like I used to really get my feelings hurt too, thinking like, well, why would they not want to, you know, be a part of this, or why people want to listen? But you know what, it's really not for everyone. And it's like, we have to really understand that it's not for everyone, you know. But I know the ones that's on this frequency that wants this, you know, I know that they are going to support, because you have to support what you want to see. It's like, you want to see communities, you want to see family, and you know what I mean, and villages and stuff like that. Once you put in and you pour into that, that's what your reality is going to reflect, and you're going to experience that for yourself. So it's kind of like, I might not be in a position where I can do that, but if I can support a family that's doing that, that's me being in that too. I'm going to receive the reward that comes with that. That's how we have to look at things. Like, we're not always going to be able to run to the tropics, go to the tropics. We're not going to be the ones who, you know, not everyone's going to be the ones who want to build a tribe and build a dynasty and do all of that stuff. We know that everyone is in the position to do that. But for those who are not in a position to do that, but you want to see that, and you want to visually see that for the future, you know what I mean? It would be a great idea. It would be a huge blessing. And we would be so grateful. We're already so grateful for your support on this. Really, really would be. Be a change you want to see. Exactly, loyalty.
Exactly. But
there we go. Yeah, that's Pumbaa over there in Africa, Uganda building. Up here this way. I don't know if y'all can see him. Look at him laying down them bricks. They can see it. Yeah, y'all seeing that? What go on, my bros?
My arm is so dry being here.
Look at him building and laying down them bricks, laying down the foundation. We could be doing that. He could be doing that for us instead of doing that for them, getting only $5 a day, y'all. He could be doing that right here. Once he gets here, trust me, and we get that land, and we get where we need to be, he's gonna be doing that for us. and not for them other people, you know what I mean, where they barely paid him. This is what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be doing it for ourselves, for our village, you know. So that's just showing you the type of, the type of work that he does, and he does more than that. He's an asset, so we're just bringing awareness, and also asking for support with his ticket to get to Puerto Rico. That's another video. Pick it up. There we go. That's another video. And these are the breaks that they created. This is from scratch. That they created that, and now they're putting it down. He's putting it down.
Right. We didn't really write any notes, so I'm trying to brainstorm right now.
I know. I thought I did write something. I didn't write a lot. I think what I said, I already said what I wrote.
Yeah.
I said if you still believe in love, that's what I basically was going to say.
It's like I was saying, like, I'm not here to judge nobody, but also, it shouldn't be like, oh, how about you? Because I'm not the type of person who would choose you for money. If I see that you got potential, then I am going to, place my energy there. Because there's a lot of people who got money, but they don't know how to do shit. There's a lot of men out here with money.
Yes.
But they don't know how to be a caretaker for their family. They don't care about their family. They out here just only making money. What can you do with money? Money can't teach you how to survive in this world. So we need assets on our team, not someone who was just...
All right, y'all. Going ahead and drop me a comment. Smash the heck out of that like button and share. Thank you guys in advance.
Leeches
and parasites.
Like a lot of
we don't need
men
leeches
online. All they
are
do is talk.
They have nothing to back it up.
To offer.
Nothing to back it up.
And so I'm seeing it as okay, because I do believe that the men are supposed to provide, but if I'm the one with the money, then I'm going to invest in my husband so that he can be able to provide. If you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to invest in his skills and his talent so that he can be able to provide for the family.
Right.
Because he's also an artist. He wants to
do
music, and the music can make him money. So if it's like, if you have nothing to offer, then what's the point? So we're not saying like, we're not basically saying like, oh, you can help someone who's not gonna do nothing for our family. No, he's actually gonna bring a lot of changes, a lot of help into the situation.
Right.
Also, that it doesn't feel good being, without my husband. Like, honestly, it does not feel good emotionally, mentally. I'm not okay because, I'm out here. Yes, I have my son. I'm very happy, grateful for him, but I also still yearn and miss my husband too, because it's been like a whole year now, about a year. I left Uganda since I was 6 months pregnant, and delivered a child without him. He has not been able to feel his son. Like, how does that make a person feel when they're miles and miles away and they have a child that they never got to see or touch? He's seeing them visually, but he can't be with him physically.
Yeah.
So that's really tough on him. At times he just cries alone because he has no one basically out there. And that's the honest truth. We're not here to front or lie on nothing.
Right. Exactly.
So even if you send like $20, that would help too. Because, like we said, if 15 people send, or $40, if you just send 30, 40, it don't matter. Add that up, it will come up to that $600 that we need, because right now we have $400 raised towards his ticket and visa, but we need
600,
about 600 more, because the ticket's like $974.
Right.
Well, they're almost there. They have 400 already, and they only need 600 more. If you guys are interested in donating to trying to get this young mother's husband from Uganda to the U.S., y'all can reach out to Grand Empress I on IG. That's Grand Empress IYE.
$974.
Right. Right. That is somebody tired.
That's Visa.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yes. So, and this is something that it can easily be fixed. Like he can get here, but not in the States, but he can get to Puerto Rico. You know what I mean?
Basically the
And that's
States,
basically the States. You know, they use the dollar there just like the States here. You can work there too. Like you can actually get stuff. You know, you can do stuff there also. And you know, so it's easier for him to get to Puerto Rico than get into the States. Actually, this is why we're pushing for him to get to Puerto Rico. And if you can get help with a ticket, because all he needs is a ticket, he needs his visa, you know, and he can actually be with his family. And that's something that can be done, you know, with support, with a team, with people who actually trust, you know, that trust us and believe in us, because we have been doing this for many years.
Yeah.
And y'all know that we're very open with our shit.
Right.
We don't hide and cover nothing. We put everything out there. We got plenty of knowledge on there. We work, we put in the work every day. She has been pushing in the work. You know, we've been doing this together for a long time. Ever since we was in Africa, ever since we started this journey in Puerto Rico.
I was in a situation where I was stuck.
Right.
You know, I got myself out, so we're not here capping or lying on nothing.
Yeah.
Because actually, that money that was sent went towards my ticket. Because I was stuck in Uganda.
Yes, we got the resume. So, you know, to prove why we deserve this, why Pumbaa deserve it. You know what I mean? Because I can tell you experiences where he sacrificed a lot for us while we were there, and we couldn't really eat. You know, it was tough just to get food out there because we really ran out of money. We had nothing. So if you go back to our lives, you will see we was doing the life since we was in Africa, and Pumbaa has been helping us. Pumbaa sold his phone. Pumbaa went without eating. Pumbaa did not eat until we ate. Right. You know, many days he didn't even eat, so we ate. Rent. You know, he did a lot for us.
Exactly.
He did a lot for us. So we was at the campsite. He did so much at the campsite. He did for us. He cooked for us. He cleaned for us. He washed her clothes. When she was throwing up and she was sick, she couldn't do nothing. He took care of everything, made sure the house was right. Like, he really proved himself, you know. And he's not a regular person, because I'm telling you, I've seen this man when he serves us, he doesn't eat until he knows that we ate and we're full and we're satisfied. Because his plate can go to us if we're not satisfied. And we'd be like, what are you doing? Just eat. He's like, nope. He would leave his food right there, and he would make sure that we eat first. This is the type of man that I'm talking about. That's her husband, and he deserved this break. He deserved it because he's in the conditions there right now is not the best. It's not favorable at all for him. And also, y'all don't even know, he has ulcers. He has ulcers that is really bad for him right now. Certain foods he can't even eat, but he's only have access to the lowest of the low quality food, because he can't afford to eat good stuff that could heal his ulcers. He could only eat the chapati they have there, which is like a flatbread, and they have the beans, which is like really bad. It's no good. It's very oily. It is so. We had to eat that too while we were there in Africa. It's so oily.
He lives in a slum. Look at the environment.
The environment is no good for his growth.
Like the environment that, you know,
when it rains, this is what it looks like. And we were living a few houses away from there. He sometimes said we were living there, but this is where Pumbaa still lives currently.
This is where he had to remain, because
this is what it looks like when it rains over there. It is so muddy. And tell y'all, they don't pay the people no kind of money. He's barely making it. You know what I mean? By the grace of God, basically, is how he's making it out there.
And you know, some people out there literally they literally work for the day just to eat for that day. Imagine living like that. You gotta literally work to eat just for that day.
Right.
Like literally just for that day.
Right.
There's some people who make $1, $2K.
Now, while I might not agree with them asking for donations to solve their problem, I have to say that I understand the type of life that he's living over there, because I watch them while they were in Uganda, struggling in the slums, struggling to find food to eat and a way to survive. And I don't think that anybody should live like that. So if they could get the donations, I'm happy for them.
Right. Like literally
Right.
just for that day.
Right.
There's some people who make $1, $2K a day.
Yeah.
Or $5K, which is like $2 or something. So
Right.
it's not easy, you know. I'm telling
We're not saying the whole of Africa is like this. We're not saying because
No.
they got some very wealthy people out there. Very wealthy people got money in Africa. You hear me? Africa's is the wealthiest continent on earth right now. It is.
Right. We're not about to push.
We're not pushing Africa to say Africa is poor. No. What we're
just
saying the funds, the Uganda, the part that he's in, that area he's in is what's poor. Just like they have America, they got certain areas that the living conditions is not favorable. They got areas in other countries where it's not the best. You know, they don't show you that. You know, so we're not talking about, oh yeah, Africa's poor. No, we're talking about that particular area where he's in. That's all. You know, that is all.
Look, this is him serving us. I know. This is something called, was it Chips My Eye? Which is like,
this is Chips My. This is him. He made. This is what Pumbo will be over there cooking and serving his family.
Look at this. It's so good. What is this? Yours? This is mine.
And this is the house that we have to live in. We have to stay there with his friends.
Yeah.
He's still there right now. I'm saying that's where we live too. And he's still there right now.
Yeah.
He lives in his friend garage at the moment. I mean, yeah, when we was living like this and we were asking for help, they called us scammers. We got called scammers,
trying to block our blessings,
beggars.
Like,
the name calling was ridiculous. You know what I mean? We got called scammers by our own people. By our own people. This is what he made for us.
He cooked
by
for me
our
while I was
own
pregnant.
people.
While I was pregnant, they were saying we scamming. What?
By our own people, y'all. And these are people that was following us. These are people that came and lived with us, and people that we served and loved and took care of. The same people turned around and turned on us because we ended up in a very bad situation, you know, where we needed help. And that was what that was. People call us scammers. And I'm pretty sure they're still talking right now. You know what I mean? They're still talking right now. But it's like, guess what? I'm not going to suffer in silence. I'm not going to sit here and just be like, you know what? Oh, no. We're going to open our mouth because guess what? A closed mouth does not get fed. A closed mouth can't get fed. If you don't ask for help, either you get yes or you get no. That's it. You know what I mean? So we're not going to be in here suffering in silence because that's what we've been doing, you know? When you don't ask for help, you're basically just suffering in silence because you know we people need help, you know. And if we're about community, then we come together and we help people. I'm all about that, you know. I've helped plenty people, you know. I don't even name no names. I'm not gonna say, but you know, I'm about that life. If I have it, oh yes, guess what? The whole tribe got it once I have it. That's my mentality, you know. And I know I'm only gonna track myself. We're gonna track people who believes in us and who believe in this mission. That's who we're gonna track, and that's who's gonna help, you know, fund this for us. This is him.
He's busy trying to eat.
We hearing nothing. Oh, that's him at the studio doing his thing. So when you come out here too, you can get a studio there, get the studio somewhere in Puerto Rico, and do his music too, do what he loves, you know,
and get out of the slums.
Yes,
no
yes.
One, you know, I don't wish that on my worst
Let's support our brother, y'all. Let's support our brother. You know,
being in that slum environment is but they have very beautiful parts of Africa. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But the worst parts is like people literally. There's parts that, where people literally are surrounded by water and they're literally floating. Just their bed is the only thing that's standing, and they have to sit on their bed with water completely surrounding them. So, you know, it's very like bad parts, but there's good parts of Africa where beautiful parts. But this is the part that he is at. The slum, like environment, and it's raining too, because he told me it's raining. It's raining season, so a lot of floods been, happening there as well.
Right, right. But we're still gonna continue. We're still gonna continue this mission, and still gonna, push this message so that Pumbaa can get the help that he needs. And at this point, we're gonna depend on our people, because we have faith, and we have that knowing that our people will come through for us. I know it's not I know right now that it's tough financially for everybody. Not everybody. I'm not gonna say everybody, because we got some wealthy ones out there that's very wealthy. But the ones who are going through it, I know it's tough. Trust me, I know, right? I know it's very tough, and it's not easy. Right, but I'm saying is that if we can come together and we can help each other, we can make the burden less. We don't want this to be a burden for anyone. This is why we're requesting that a lot of people come together and help us, because we don't want to put the burden on one person. I do have a spouse, and my wife is doing a lot. She's doing so much, and she's done so much for us. But we don't want to put all of that burden on her. Well, we know that we can have, we can come together, and other people, individual, as a village can help us, So we don't support that. We don't support, the individual independent living, because we know that if we come together, we will be lessen the burden. We will less the burden off of ourselves off of other people, So we don't want to be a burden to anyone. So trust.
All right, y'all. So I am back with another great read. This is the Goddess Affirmation book, authored by Janae. Some of you may know her as Nateri. She is an ex-Carbonation member, and she has authored this amazing book. The book is available on Amazon.com. Just search for the Goddess Affirmation book, authored by Janae Newell.
Off of ourselves off of other people, so we don't want to be a burden to anyone. So trust and believe, this is not what we're trying to do at all. This is why we have a platform of over 1,000 followers. She has a platform also with over 900 followers. So we have a platform where we can bring this out, so we're not going to be a burden. A few people come together and put a little amount, it equals up to a lot, and then we can keep doing that for other people in need. And then we can really get ourselves out of this situation.
Right. Even if you don't have the financial, you can still support by sharing, because you never know who can be out there that can help.
Yes.
And be a contribution towards this.
Right.
You can still share. You can still, spread the word.
That's so true. You could use your platform, and you could share, share her story. You can literally share, because I know that everyone can help, but you can help in other ways. You can actually share the story, you can comment, you can engage, so that it can reach, because when you comment on the post and you share the story, it reaches far. It reaches other people that we know that can possibly just, one person probably will say, no, y'all can go ahead, bring him up here, we got to take him money. You know what I mean? You never know who it can reach. So don't think, I don't have nothing, I can't really do nothing. You can actually share it. You can share, you can comment. Share. So that's how we help each other. That's how we use, this village to help one another. We can literally do that, so we're grateful. Like I know that reunion, when they do come together and he does come here, it's going to be such a great reunion. It's going to be like, oh my gosh, y'all going to love, I know for sure. Y'all going to want to see that. Y'all going to love, unless you a real hater, you're not going to want to see it. Trust me. Yeah. Unless you are a real hater, you're not going to want to see them together. But trust me, when they come together, y'all see that meeting after a year of them not being together, and they get, y'all going to love to see that. It's going to be like, oh my gosh, that makes you feel so good. You're going to, I know. I already know. People going to be crying. I know I'm going to be crying. I know. Right. So I know you want to see that. You know what I mean? You have to be, like I said, you would have to be a real hater, or you probably going through too much that you can't really be happy for someone else right now. You know happy what I mean? For people, be happy. Even if you don't have that in your life currently, you can still be of support by pouring into those who have it, who have that family dynamic. Right. Because, it's like we're not here, you can't be here to hate on
you know, a young couple that's trying to, you know, because if it was you, you would be the one who would want to see yourself get help as well.
Yes.
Your husband get help as well.
That's so true.
So why hate on something
this
where
can happen to
you
anybody.
can be in my shoes? Anyone can be in this situation. You know.
That's so true.
And not knowing that you're not considering the fact that, you know, my husband is going through a lot. He literally went 3 days without eating. Imagine that. Like, you know, he went from he goes through ulcers. You know, he has ulcers. He goes through a lot of pains and in his body. You know, it's not, no one doesn't deserve that. So you got to consider the fact that he's not out here living his best life. So I hate on someone who's not living the best. I can understand if he's out here flashing and he's like these rich, arrogant people, but you know, there's no time to hate because you don't know what that person is going through. You don't know what people are going through before you sit up here and judge and hate. And you know, that's not right at all.
Right.
Because it can be you, it can be your loved ones. And if it's your loved ones, you would feel that shit.
Right. But you know what? You know, this is what it is too. Like the love, like I said, the hearts of many are growing wax cold.
All right, y'all, go on ahead and drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Thank you guys in advance.
And these are the last days that we're in where we're seeing that, we're experiencing that, we're, you know what I mean, we it's connection, heart to heart connection is you know, it's a rare thing, you know, when it comes to the heart, you know. So that's just part of it. Yes, it's turning wax cold. But
like
the ones
I said, I'm not gonna stop. Oh, sorry.
The ones who still have heart, you know, and still believe in family and still believe in love, you know, still want to see that love, and you know what I mean, still love that.
Because love is not gonna stop. But that's one thing.
Y'all gonna support because you know, love is very powerful. You know, love is a very powerful thing. Unity is a very, very powerful thing. You know, living in the vision right now, there's no power to that. You know, when you're living as an individual and not, you know what I mean, living in a community. I'm not saying it's not as powerful. Let's not say it's not power. It's just not as powerful because there's power, of course, in numbers. The more people come together, the more effective, you know, the more you can get done, the more change you can see. If a lot of people come together, you know, that's how that is. But if it's just 2 people or just 3 people, you know, we can't get as much done, you know. But I understand, you know, a lot of it when it comes to, you know, the hearts and connections and, you know.
Yeah, it's like, you know,
the program.
The reason why some may not connect to this is because they shut that part of themselves.
You can't hear us? Somebody said they can't hear us.
Let me see.
I'm like, we been talking, nobody wasn't listening? Because I'm like, who's here? Can y'all hear me?
Ourselves?
Was we talking to ourselves?
I can hear. I can definitely hear.
No, go back because that's not currently. Gotta make sure you can hear me. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, so Nakia can't hear us. Who else on here can hear us?
That can't hear.
I think maybe it's your audio, Nakia.
But also, yeah, like spread the word. I see that Medea's up on this live. You know, I know you got a YouTube platform. You can ask your supporters to support.
Yes, you can, Medea. Yes, you.
Y'all, I was not even in the live when they were saying this. I learned about them asking me to add it to my YouTube channel when I popped into one of their lives today. And they were like, can you please share it on your YouTube channel so that, you know, they could possibly gain more donations. Now, while I said I don't agree with them asking for donations to solve their problems, I do understand, overstand, and understand what's going on here. That young man is in a very poverty-stricken area in Uganda, and he is suffering. Additionally, he has a newborn son that he has yet to hold in his arms. So I'm in support of getting the family back together, no matter what.
You can ask your supporters to support.
Yes, you can,
You can ask your
Medea.
supporter. You
Yes,
just
you
saying, you know
can,
what I'm saying?
Medea.
I understand.
Yes,
You know,
you
I've been
can.
seeing you up
But
on
Medea,
this
we're
side.
grateful because Medea did help us
Yeah,
when she was
she
in
helped.
Africa.
She
She
helped.
did.
But you can
We're
also
grateful.
still you can tell your
Post it up on your
supporters.
put it up on your
Post it up on your
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yes, you can. Get her husband here. Right? Them haters, don't worry about them haters, Medea, unless you one of them. And I hope you're not one of them. I don't think you're one of them. You can post her story up, post it on YouTube, and get your fans to support. Get your fans to support her and get Puma here, and let's watch this unity.
Real quick, y'all, I just want to clarify, I do not consider any one of my subscribers to be a fan. I consider you guys as my community. Each and every one of you guys I look at as a co-host, because y'all be jumping in the comment section and blowing it up. Y'all even be peeping stuff in the videos that I didn't see. So definitely no, I appreciate every single last one of you, and I never ever would look at you guys as a fan. That's weird. But, you know, I don't think she meant any ill intent by calling y'all that. I just wanted to make sure I clarified that.
Get Puma here, and let's watch this unity, and let's watch this love, grow. Because they're going to grow from this. What do you think is going to happen when she unites with her husband and he's with his family? You're going to see nothing but growth from there. They're going to grow because they just need support, we all been there when we've been young. When I got married young, we had to do this on our own. Like I didn't have my mother supporting me, financially. I barely had her by my side, So it's like, in a time like this, this is like so vital for us to come together, for us to support the youth, because they need our support. They really do need our support, and they're going to grow because, like I said, she's not one of those out there that just wants to just be flashy and into the name brands and into all that stuff. No, she's about family, because we started this tribe since she was, 14, 15.
Right.
We've been on this mission about tribe, so she's always been a part, a family person, since she was 15. She's always been about family, and she's not trying to run these streets, you know what I mean? Like, that's not her energy. I'm just saying. She's not trying to run these streets, so why not support a young woman and her husband that's up and coming? They're just trying to be together, and they're just trying to grow their love.
Everyone has their own energy. There's some individuals who don't want to be in the current monogamous relationship where they're only dealing with one guy. There's women that want to deal with multiple partners. There's men that want to deal with multiple partners. Hey, I'm not here to judge, but you can't tell me about what I should do or who I should see next. No, I'm saying remaining with my husband, because that's what I choose to do.
Right.
Marriage is your word. Your word is your bond. So my word is my bond, and I'm already committed to that one person.
Right.
I don't choose to run the streets. I can't. But it's not in my energy. Right. There's some people who want to explore and do different things. Cool.
Right. So,
but yeah, I'm the type that connects with family. I even got Cancer energy. I'm about family.
Yes.
And that dynamic.
Yes. Beautiful baby. We're grateful. His daddy needs to come to the States to Puerto Rico.
Beautiful baby.
His beautiful baby needs his father. His beautiful baby needs his father. Come on, y'all can make it.
I ain't even finna hold y'all, but the other reason why I felt moved to share this message and share their video is because look at Solar, aka Courtney, aka Nature Boy Jr. He could fly all over the place. He got all this money, yet he hasn't gone to see his daughter. This man is in the slums of Uganda and longing to hold his firstborn child in his arms. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, damn, if he could get there, I would want him to be there.
Father. His beautiful baby needs his father. Come on, y'all can make it happen. Y'all can help us make it happen. I know y'all can. I know y'all can help us make this happen.
Y'all can make
All
it
it
happen,
needs is a
trust me.
ticket money. All it needs is this ticket money. We already raised $400. We need $600 more to get this process started so he can get here. You just need his ticket money to get to Puerto Rico. You know, when it comes to the process of getting to America, it's very tough for Africans, for the Caribbean people. Yeah, I'm Caribbean, I'm Guyanese, and I could tell y'all, it is tough to get to America. I'm grateful, Silver Moon, yes. You know, it's tough to come to America. I know we got here, but I'm telling y'all, it was not easy. Coming to America from another country is one of the toughest things. They want everything from you, you know? They want a lot of stuff from you. People will take sometimes over a year, 2 years just to get their husband here. Sometimes they don't even get here because they always want something. They want so much. From Africa, from Guyana, from Jamaica, y'all know this. Y'all know the process is tough. It's tough. But once you're here, because we're Americans, and we have American. I'm not American. I was born in Guyana, but I'm American citizen. Because we're American citizen, we can go all over the world. They don't make it, Africa don't make it tough for us to come. All we gotta do is book a ticket. You're in Africa. That's what we did.
That's what
we booked a ticket and we was gone. But they can't come here. They cannot just come here. They can't just book. He have a passport. Pumbaa has a passport, but guess what? He can't just book a ticket and just come. It's not that easy, you know, to come to America. But we looked it up. Well, we looked it up for Puerto Rico. It's way more easier. It's easier to get to Puerto Rico from that to get to America. So this is why, you know what I mean? We're pushing that Puerto Rico, so he can come to Puerto Rico. It's easier. It's way easier. They don't even need a lot. They need a visa and they need a ticket money. You know, and the visa is not you don't have to go through all that process to get the visa, like how you need to go through all that to get to America. It's not at y'all can look it up on your own. You know, this is research that we've done. Yeah, so I'm telling you, when we got here to America, they wanted so much from us. They wanted so much. My other family got denied. And we made it out. We made it. But my other family members, they got denied. Because what? They found something in their blood. Because one of my uncles smoked marijuana. He couldn't come to America. Can you believe that? He couldn't come to America because he smoked marijuana.
Wow.
That's how they have it for the Caribbeans for coming to America.
All right, y'all. If you haven't picked up your copy of Greatness is a Habit, authored by Aaron Dixon, otherwise known as True. Many of you know him as True. He is an ex-Carbonation member, and he's authored this amazing read. If you are interested in self-development and growth, this book is a good one for you. It's available on Apple Books for $1, guys. I got my copy, and I love this book.
That's how bad it is. He couldn't even come to America because they found marijuana in his blood. And this was years ago. This is when I was like 14 years old. But they make it so tough for them to come here because they don't want them to succeed. They just want to keep them right where they're at. But we can go there freely, exploit them. This is what they do. You know, they go there, the white people, they're living in Africa. They're exploiting the land, they're mining, they got billion-dollar companies out there, billionaires out there. But they make it so hard for them to come here, and they pay them so less. They don't pay them no money, you know, because of the colonizers that came in and took their land. You know, like we were saying just now, this is colonized land. This was tribal land. We were about family. We were about villages. You know, the Native Americans were villages. They were tribes. They had chiefs and chieftesses and stuff, you know. It is a double standard. It really is. You know, we're living on stolen land right now, colonized land. So it's like, you know, this is why I'm saying, but the colonized land, we were all tribes. We were all living together as a tribe. Everybody had their own little tribes. Everyone had their tribes and stuff with many people in there. But the land, the people came in and colonized this land. They came in and colonized us, and they put us in school, separated us from our families. Because we didn't live like that. We didn't. They separated us from our family, put up these schools, institutions, and now we're going to go to school to become an individual and not be a part of the family per se. Everyone goes up, they go to college, they get their degree, you know, and they go build their own life by themselves. and the mother is in a whole nother country, the daughter is in a whole nother country, or the son is in a whole nother state, and we're not together. If anything happens, we can't take care of our mothers. Elderlies are being neglected. The elders are being neglected. I used to work in nursing homes. Because guess what? Their daughters and their sons are in another state or in another country living their own life, and they have to go in a nursing home. We don't want that as part of I don't want that as part of my reality. Because I'm getting up in age. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm going to be an elder very, very soon. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that far away from my daughter where, if something happens, she can't even take care of me. I don't want that. I'm not going to be nobody's nursing home. I work there. They're neglected. Oh my gosh, those elders are neglected. And it's such a sad, such a thing. Such a sad thing. It's so sad. Yes.
Imagine being an elder person, you got no one to talk to, no one.
Oh my gosh. Yes. It is so, and they be crying. The elders be crying. They want to see their daughter when they want to get a visit from somebody. But people don't even come visit them. I've seen it where they don't even get visitors. And the only visitor they get is when I show up to work. The only person they get to talk to is when I show up to work, and they can talk, so we can actually talk. Wow. You know what I mean? That's the only time they actually get to communicate with other people or the people within the nursing home. That's just, I'm telling you, it's a sad thing. That job for me, that was one of the most depressing jobs I've ever had. Was working with the elderly, because it was not okay to watch them suffer like that. It was not. They get abused, they get raped. You know how many stories they be. They get abused, they get raped. This was stuff that was on the news. They broadcasted information like this. This was on the news where the elderly's getting abused, assaulted. They used to get beaten. The nurses and the CNNs would actually hit them. They get bruises
because it's not from their family. Because
they would beat them. People, I'm telling you, it is not good. I had to remove myself from that situation because it was taking a toll on me. God is new. It was taking a toll watching the elderly suffer like that and go through that. That was just not okay. So I'm like, we cannot keep perpetuating that. That is not okay. Like, I need to be close. We need to be on the same land. That's what it is.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We gotta be on the same land.
At least, but like, it's not sitting right with me knowing that my husband is miles and miles away.
I know.
And if something was to happen, it's just like, this is why you can't be divided.
Right.
Because anything can happen.
Anything.
Without, your family being together.
Right.
So it doesn't feel right with me. It's not comfortable knowing that my husband is far, miles and miles away. He's not in arm's reach. I can't feel him. I can't,
I know. Yes. Goddess Nu said peace to both of you. Yes. And she said, heartbreaking. We must do better. Mm-hmm. Facts. We must do better, because right now we know we can't change that, right? We cannot.
All right, y'all. A word from Rambo, a.k.a. Wild Quetzal.
What up, y'all? I'm excited to share an offering that I've been putting a lot of intention and energy into. It's called Wild Brotherhood, and it's a community for conscious, intentional, sovereign-seeking men who are wanting to come together, build themselves up, develop themselves, and level up in all domains of existence. So there's two parts to the Wild Brotherhood. I'll explain it very simply. The first part is a monthly membership that includes weekly video calls, a group chat, access to a network of men who have different skill sets. We will intertwine that with one another, as well as priority access to the in-person events, which is part 2, the gathering.
Y'all be sure to check out Rambo at wildbrotherhood.com. Any men out there who are interested in building with like-minded men, check them out.
Change. There's so many elders right now in the nursing home. We know we can't change that, right? But what we can do is create the new. We can create a new pattern, a new way of living, so that way don't continue to happen. And that's what we're doing.
Because I wouldn't want to see my mother be, abandoned and no one taken care of, because everyone got to work.
Everybody, yes.
But if we create an environment to where we're on one land, that's what we're going to do. We're going to build on our land. We're going to be on the land with each other.
Right.
So that when my mom does get older in age, I can be able to see her, check up on her.
Yes, because my house will be right over there.
Exactly.
My house is going to be a few blocks away.
Because I wouldn't want to know, oh, shoot, because it's situations where your mother passed away. You not there.
I
You at
heard of
work.
that too. I
You
heard
was in a whole nother
that's-
state, a whole nother country.
Yep, I
You
heard
can't
of
go
that.
immediately and go see
I
your
heard
family if
of
something
that.
was to happen.
Yes.
So this is why I want to be close to my mother, at least on the same land,
same
so that
land.
I can be able to see her, spend that time. Because if we're in two different places, then how
Right.
anything can happen. Because my aunt passed away,
Boss man,
and because my family's broken up, we were not able to
Yeah.
attend her funeral for multiple reasons. But the main reason was because we were all the way in Costa Rica.
Yep.
A whole different country. It was expensive getting back, miles and miles away.
Right. Yes, and also too, she wanted to come see us.
But she wanted to
before my sister passed away, she wanted to come. She had to work. And not only that, we were in two different countries. But guess what? If we were in the same land, my sister would be on the same. She would be up the block somewhere. All she had to do is walk to come see me. She don't gotta, take a whole plane, risking your life, driving all them hours. Sometimes we gotta drive so many hours, risking our life. You know what I mean? Just to go see each other when we could be on the same land and we're right here. We're not that far away. You know what I mean? And that's all we're supporting right now.
And
we're talking about.
there's some elderly people, there's some sick people who can't even bend down and clean their house.
Yes.
You got some, they can't even reach stuff.
Yep.
Imagine, I would not want my family, my mother going through that.
And you know what? There was an alarm system they had to create for the elderly. Remember that alarm system guy that says, I'm falling and I can't get up? They had to wear a necklace. Yes, and that was back in the days. They had that. Yes, I'm falling. I can't. And they press the button, and it's connected to because why? Elderly would fall, and no one would even hear them asking for help. No, because no one is listening. People was not. Yeah, their house was not that close where people couldn't even hear them. Eventually, they just die. They come in the house and they're gone. So they had to create that system to so the elderly can get help. They could just press a button. And the emergency people, can come and get them. The paramedics can come and get them. But before that system and no family, visiting them, they're in that house by themselves, things happen and no one checked up on them. And then next thing you know, they passed away in their own house. That happens. That's been on the news, And that's the part. Like, we don't want to, no, that's not how we lived. So we did not live like that at all. We lived in communities. We made sure we was on one land. Our family, immediate family, and extended family was on one land, one property. Because right now, this land's supposed to be one land.
I know.
One person supposed to own this land.
But guess what? We living like strangers.
I know. We are on one land.
We on one land. We got neighbors now.
We do.
We're already on one, but we're in one energy. Like, no one's not checking in on each other.
I know.
No one's not saying, "Oh, how." That's why we want to create an environment.
Let's divide and conquer.
We're living in division. Everyone is living with their own immediate family, doing their own thing, and no one is not really, extending that energy out to where there's multiple families.
Yes.
That's living on one land space.
Right. And I see it, in Costa Rica. I've seen it where Nina, she has her dad bought land for his family, and he bought a big enough piece of property where all his children have houses on the same land. His he has his own house. His all his children have a house, right? And they all live close to each other. There's one land, and they have multiple houses. Just like here. There's one land, and it's like 8 houses on one land. So they have I think 8 or 10 houses. So they got the sister over there, they got the brother over there, there's auntie, uncle. They live right there. So when my Lena has to go take care of her elderly mom, she just walked through the gates, and her house is right there. And
they want to eat sometimes together.
Yes, they eat together.
It don't matter.
They eat together on Sundays. They come together and they eat together, and that's how they do it. And I saw them, I was like, wow, this is how we're supposed to live. We are supposed to live like that. Oh no. Oh my gosh, he's there. I see him.
Oh my gosh.
I can get him up. Wait.
Get him out.
But you gotta let me put my.
All right, y'all, going ahead and drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Thank you guys in advance.
How am I gonna get anything moving? Yeah, but
What the fuck?
People, all right.
Get it out.
Almost. In the corner. Yeah, there we go.
Y'all,
Hold on.
get this shit out my eye. There's a bug in my eye.
These out.
Oh my gosh. Oh
Surgery,
my gosh.
That's that
I feel
surgery
a bug
head.
flew in my
Yep,
eye.
I got him.
This is why you need family, because, hey, listen,
Right.
a bug flew my eye. I
Wow.
felt that. Let me see that shit.
That's it right there.
Oh my gosh. That was so scary, y'all.
Yep. That be happening these days. That's what you call a raw and uncut. Raw, live, and uncut. Got him out, see? Mm-hmm. That's why we need each other to take the flies out of other people's eyes. Take the bugs out of other people's eyes.
I felt him in my eye.
Oh my
That was-
gosh. And I saw it right there on your eyeball, just boom, sitting right there. Hmm? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but you wanna continue? It's like
It's just, what more can
we're
I
not
say?
getting much engagement, and that's what it is. So it'd be discouraging, guys, to do a live where you're not getting much engagements, much, you know what I mean, commenting. You know what I mean? You
But
can
if you
see
was
the
up here saying
lives that
some
be
drama
busy.
shit,
The lives that be busy be always be commenting. We don't have much engagement, so it's like, what else should I don't know what else to say. You know what I mean? Because it's
The only thing
like
I can
I know a
say
lot.
is
It's just
please help
the
get
comments.
my husband to Puerto Rico. We need $600. We have raised someone, I have a few people that going to send contribute towards it, and also Sola, she has contributed a great amount. So we just need, a little bit more support when it comes to that, and that's pretty much it.
The person named Sister Sola that she's referencing, that's Grand Empress I's wife.
A little bit more support when it comes to that, and that's pretty much it.
And yeah, and if you guys can spread the
Please
awareness,
spread the word, spread the love.
Spread the love. We're going on, Miss
It's just so much
Galaxy.
for
Spread this awareness. Spread it like a virus. Make this go viral. Right now, the video that I posted got over 3,000 views already.
On that one?
Yeah.
Also, it is
Over 3,000 views. It's about to be 4,000 views, and it has not even been 24 hours yet. So can you imagine if we keep this going, we keep spreading. Oh, watch my last. Oh, we're talking about. She said spread what? You want to show her? Let's show you what we want you guys to spread. We need Kosher's husband Pumbaa to get to Puerto Rico, and he needs a ticket. Yeah, you could share the live. You could definitely share this live.
Just click on it so you can start from
This is what I posted yesterday.
Check out that post, guys.
Check.
Please donate.
Raw moment, you know. Oh, she said she's seen on. Good. That's what we want you. We gotta get Pumbaa here. Pumbaa, her husband, she needs to reunite in Puerto Rico. They're gonna reunite, and he's gonna be with his son, and he's gonna be with his family. You know, she said she's seeing it. So post, share it, spread it like a virus. It got over.
Spread it like wildfire.
Spread it like them wildfire. There you go. Spread it like a virus. Spread it like the wildfire, so that it can gain more attention and we can get the support that we need.
Because it's got pretty much a lot of plays.
It has a lot of plays. So thank you guys for sharing that, because it did get a lot of views, a lot of plays already.
That one, all the
Oh.
that one was an emotional one.
I know. So right now it's about to be 4,000 views already. Look at the numbers on it. It's about to be 4,000 views already. So you see, we're talking about communities. You know what I mean? Can you imagine if there's 3,700 something people donate $1? You know he can be here tomorrow. Think about that though.
Donate $1.
Can you imagine if these
You can donate
3,700 people just
Donate
donate
$1, guys.
$1?
Donate
How
$1.
powerful that can be. You know, there's a Bible scripture. That Bible scripture came to my head. There's a
Yes.
Bible scripture where when Jesus was approached by this woman, and
All right, y'all. So I am back with another great read. This is the Goddess Affirmation book, authored by Janae. Some of you may know her as Nateri. She is an ex-Carbonation member, and she has authored this amazing book. The book is available on Amazon.com. Just search for the Goddess Affirmation book, authored by Janae Newell.
scripture where when Jesus was approached by this woman, and she wasn't an Israelite, but he was approached by her, but she wasn't one of what he was looking for. Like, he didn't come, so he saw anyways. She said, Master, can you help my daughter? I think her daughter was sick, but I don't know if y'all know the story, but it was something that she needed help from Jesus. And Jesus was like, well, I'm not here for the dogs. He actually called her a dog. He was like, I'm not even here for the dogs. He said, I'm here. Thank you, Miss Galaxy. He was like, I'm not here for the dogs. I'm here for the lost sheep of Israel. That's what he told her. And she was like, I know you're not here for me, but she was like, even the dogs get to eat the crumbs from their master's table. When I was like, you know why? When she said that, this is what Jesus said. You know what? You're right. You're blessed. Here you go. And he gave her. He helped a stranger that he wasn't supposed to help because what? She wasn't an Israelite. But she told him, because she used her brain or intellect, she was like, wait a minute. Even the dogs, I know you're calling me a dog. I know you're calling us beggars. I know you're calling us low life. I know you're calling us poor or whatever. But guess what? Even them benefit from the crumbs, because the crumbs would be these 3,000 people adds up and send $1. That's $3,000. Tell me, what is $1 to anybody right now? $1, I can't even buy nothing. I can't even buy lunch with $1 right now. You can't even buy lunch with $1. But with $1, a lot of people coming together without $1. Oh, we can benefit from that, So we're not over here, like I said, not trying to be a burden and try to put all of this on one person or just a few people. But a lot of people, that's why I said spread it. It can make it so much easier. It can lighten the load. It can make it so much easier, So it's like,
because everyone has their own, business to handle. So if we just lighten the load, it will help everybody.
Yes.
It would just help everybody.
Yes.
Spread that evenly.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine this thing go viral like that and get all of these views, can turn into something. It can actually turn into money in a way. It can literally turn into something he can get here. And he doesn't want to just, we're not, like we said, we're not trying to just be beggars and just trying to, we don't, that's not what we want. We want to support ourselves, right? And so they want to be able to, he wants to be able to support his family.
Ourselves, we put in the effort, but we just asking for the.
I ain't finna hold y'all, but no, I'm not gonna say if. When he gets to Puerto Rico, I genuinely hope that he gets a job so that he can start supporting them and they don't ever have to ask for another donation.
Ourselves, we put in the effort, but we just asking for the next remaining.
Yes.
We put in the effort. We didn't say we need the whole ticket money, $1,000 basically dollars.
Right.
We just said we need 600 remaining.
Right. So we did help,
Which is gonna go towards his ticket, his visa, and travel.
Yes.
Because he's gonna have to eat.
Right.
He's gonna have to get luggage. Because I don't think he has
doesn't have
anything.
any luggage. He doesn't have any suitcase or bags or none of that stuff. So he's gonna need that. And it's not even about, I know you're like, it's not even about money. What it is about, it's about family. It's about unity. That's what it is. So your money, your dollar that you're using is to help a family come together. That's what you're going to see, guaranteed.
Help the
you're going to see them
his father
together.
see his He
Right,
over
when
there
he's sleeping. Oh, let him sleep. Let baby
My
sleep. He over there knocked out.
let you know Juju
I'm
see his
grateful.
father, because if Juju was old enough to say it, I bet everyone would be like, oh,
yeah.
But he be feeling it too.
I know.
He want to see his dad,
right.
but he don't know how to say it.
I know. Because he's half of his dad. He's 23 chromosomes.
He is Pumbaa.
He is his dad,
And
so
me.
We can't neglect, the half of ourselves.
Half of ourselves.
Half of ourselves do deserve.
You can't neglect half of your mother, half of your father, because you are both of them combined.
I know.
So he does. Of course, he wants to see his other half.
He wants to see his other half. That's right.
So even if you can donate $10, that can add up, guys. Because if 10 people sent $10, that would be $100.
Yeah.
And if how much? 50 people
with $10 is 500.
It's 500. So it can work.
It can work.
It can work.
It really can work.
Because even though, like you said, the breadcrumbs coming from the master's table, that adds up.
Right. If y'all read
that video had 3,000 shares. If everyone in that video donated $1, that can be for his ticket and his visa.
So true. That's so true. So don't think, you have to have a whole lot. You don't have to have a whole lot. But
you don't have to have.
You don't.
I know it looks like a big number, but
it might seem big, but
the little portions do add up. Trust me, guys. $1,
$5,
because you guys helped us a lot in Uganda.
Yes,
with just $5, with just $10,
and they all added up, and we were able to eat. At least we were able to survive, and and I'm so grateful. I was able to get the ticket. To come. Like, y'all really came together to help us as a community. So I'm forever grateful, and I will be forever grateful
for y'all support,
for what you guys did
in that moment, because we all go through moments where we all go through moments where we need help. Not to say feed us our whole life. We're not depending on you guys, because one day this internet might shut off. There may not be a social media. So we're just going through a tough times, but we're gonna get through it. We're gonna see our things get better eventually.
Right.
But everyone goes through something, so for the people who be like, yeah, I'm begging, we're not begging, because everyone goes through a situation where they need help. If it's in your family, you're gonna ask people for help your family. That's what we're here doing.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Because if it's your family, you're gonna find any way you can go out your way to do certain stuff to help make sure your family is taken care of. Make sure that your family is okay.
Right.
So
that's true.
It's like being delusional, thinking that no one asks for help or we don't need each other. We do need each other.
We do.
We do absolutely need each other. Absolutely.
That's so true. We need each other to survive this fact, because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our mothers that pushed us out.
All right, y'all. A word from Rambo, aka Wild Quetzal.
What up, y'all? I'm excited to share an offering that I've been putting a lot of intention and energy into. It's called Wild Brotherhood, and it's a community for conscious, intentional, sovereign-seeking men who are wanting to come together, build themselves up, develop themselves, and level up in all domains of existence. So there's two parts to the Wild Brotherhood. I'll explain it very simply. The first part is a monthly membership that includes weekly video calls, a group chat, access to a network of men who have different skill sets. We will intertwine that with one another, as well as priority access to the in-person events, which is part 2, the gathering.
Y'all be sure to check out Rambo at wildbrotherhood.com. Any men out there who are interested in building with like-minded men, check them out.
Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our dad that came together with our mother. You know what I mean? Like we that's how we came into this world. Wagwan, peace, Sean.
Everything needs something.
Yes.
In this
even the animals, everything in nature, the trees, and everything.
And it
need
takes a team.
each other
It
to
takes a
survive.
team to build, you know, to thrive.
Mhm.
Because in nature, the ants, you know, it's just one ant.
I know.
But that one ant can benefit the whole family if
Yes.
he just adds, and there's more ants, and they will form a line, and they'll form, you know, certain things, and then they will
They
just
work
build
together. The ants
build a
are
whole
like-
ant home by just one
They-
ant joining the other ants.
Yeah, they keep coming
So
together.
same thing, like we need each other.
You'll never
One
see an
person
ant
can
working
serve-
alone out here. You're not gonna see an ant working alone. If he's alone, he got lost somewhere. You know what I mean? If you see an ant out there, what's going on, Eric?
He lost, and then he dies easily because
Yeah. Yep. He lost.
and then he can't build by himself because
yes, you
not
need the
one
ants.
ant can never build
Oh.
an ant home.
That's
You
true.
can easily stomp on it and
That's
he
so
gone.
true. That's so
Because some
true.
people, some of them do have to get eliminated
Yes.
for the anthill to be formed.
I know.
Because in the process of it, people might step on them.
Yeah, that's
you
so
know,
true.
But
That's
at
what
least
they
they got
need.
a whole
A lot of
nother,
them.
you know, a whole nother
That's so
bunch
true.
of ants to
That's so
come through and
true.
still push through and still build an ant home.
She said, "Baby looks like a living baby doll."
Really?
Aw. He looks like a
Thank
doll, baby.
you.
Move, little move. Oh my God!
Thank
No,
you.
but that's a good example with the ant though. Them ants,
Yeah.
it cannot.
Because not one ant cannot, even one bee can build a
That's so true.
honeycomb
That's so true.
nest or whatever it's
That's
called.
so true. And the thing is that even though an ant is small, right? You might say, "Oh, the ant is small." Like, what's the ant? You try stepping in an ant hill and see what happens.
All
Try
of them gonna
stepping
turn
into
up
an ant hill.
a red ant hill.
They're all gonna come for you. Man, you would run so fast. I remember I stepped in a few of those. It's so painful. It is so, all I'm doing is just brush them up. It was so painful, especially being in a tropics too. You step into the wrong anthill, you're tore up. They tear your leg up. You be
It's your
ants
foot.
everywhere. It be
They
oh
all
my
will turn
gosh.
and guess what? They all about to go. They not about to go down without
They
a
don't
fight.
go down alone, and they don't go down without a fight.
Because if you step on their home,
That's
that's how you gotta
That's done.
be.
That's how it's supposed to.
If
The
someone,
ant is
if
showing
someone
us an
step in your
example.
territory,
That's
the
right.
whole family's supposed to pull up like, yo.
Yes.
Especially in these times with the
Yes.
military about to
Mhm.
come in, try to do some shit. You're supposed to have your family like, nah, you're not about to invade it. Y'all not about to come in our land.
Exactly.
Steal our stuff.
That's so true. That's
You
how
know, take
nature
our
is.
food off of the farm.
They
You
work
gotta-
together.
Yeah.
Do you really see an
There's
animal
power
working
in
alone?
numbers.
It's such a powerful
There's
thing.
power in numbers.
Yes.
So it's saying that if we could just come together and help my son see his father, you know, that would be great.
Yeah.
That is going to be a great, you know, reunion, a happy
know.
reunion. If you
I
want to
know.
see young couples
Mhm.
unite, and if you believe in love, you know, share the word, you know, share our posts. Because you don't know who it can reach, you don't know who heart it may
can
touch.
reach. That's true. That's so true. That's so true.
And you know, especially if it's someone who has a healthy relationship with their spouse
Mhm.
and it's not perpetuated generational curses.
Right.
If we're about healing and growing, then you know, we should invest in that. Invest in what you want to see.
That's true.
If you wish to see a healthy family dynamic, and if you wish to continue following our journey and see that, then invest into that.
Yes.
You know, whether it's $10, $20, $30, $40, it still adds up.
Right. Even the dollar, like
Even
you said,
$1,
even that
even
adds up.
$5, even a
You
penny,
know? Yes.
it still adds up.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and just being able to like invest in someone and watch how happy they're gonna be, you know what I mean, and how much happy that's gonna
Happy
make them
and grateful.
feel and grateful.
There will be
That alone just makes me feel just as happy and grateful as you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Knowing that I was a
for
part
you.
of that happiness, like what? It makes me feel like I'm experiencing that with you. Like that's what that
Exactly.
is, you know?
exactly.
And that's how we're supposed to be with our children, you know what I mean? We're supposed to invest in them and, you know what I mean, and be able to watch them be happy with what you were able to do for them. You know, but we were, like I said, we were programmed to just do things and have our children, you know, be out here independent and not leave them with anything much that they can. Some of us don't leave them with nothing. Some of us, you know, just want them to do that for themselves. But that's the old way of doing things. We're doing it new, you know. We're doing the new way. We're gonna make sure that they have a start so that they can now fish. They can now fend for themselves. You know, but they need a start to be able to do that. You know, we can't just be out here just fending for ourselves. But if we have a start to boost, then we can be able to do that. But without no boost, it makes it so tough. Like, it was tough for me when I first got married at 19. 19, my husband was working, but he didn't have any papers, and they was paying him next to nothing, and we had to pay rent. And oh my gosh, that was one of the most stressful. I lost weight. I remember after giving birth to my son, I lost weight. I was so skinny. I was so stressed because it was like we had no kind of start. We had to literally do that on our own. You know what I mean? And that was so much stress. That was a lot. I went through postpartum. Like, I went through so much emotions. Like, I didn't know what to do. You know what I mean? All I could do was just depression and all of that. But that's just we didn't know. Like, we want to break that cycle. I don't want that. You know, for my
son or
my grandson. No, he's not supposed to have ever experienced this. You know, when it comes to when he gets older and he's ready to start his family. You know, he's gonna be able to do that. You know,
right? And if when you know, I get myself together, me and my husband. Then we will be saving, you know, put away money for my son so that he will be able to have land or maybe inherits a house and a car.
All right, y'all. If you haven't picked up your copy of Greatness is a Habit, authored by Aaron Dixon, otherwise known as True. Many of you know him as True. He is an ex-Carbonation member, and he's authored this amazing read. If you are interested in self-development and growth, this book is a good one for you. It's available on Apple Books for $1, guys. I got my copy and I love this book.
Right. Because we don't want, to see each other out here bad, without a start.
Right.
Because I would wish that I had a start, but now I'm fighting for that start. Because there's a point in time where, your mother can do but so much.
Yep.
Because especially since I'm, a legal adult, I have to start, making shit happen.
Right.
Because this is how the world is.
That's how the world is.
And you gotta be able to make a way, find a way.
True. That's so true.
But I would wish that, my mother, throughout her years of raising me, she could have put away something so that I can,
right,
just be able to have my home and my land and comfort,
right,
a vehicle and stuff like that. But we want to break the cycle now, so I feel like maybe he's gonna be the cycle breaker,
right?
But we're in the process. No, he's gonna be. Yeah, we're still breaking the cycle, but he's gonna be the one to be in that world, basically that heaven.
Yeah,
because everything's gonna be already mapped out.
That's true. That's true.
Everything's gonna be mapped out. But if he wants to do, take a different path,
he can. But he will still have what he needs to get. If he wanna do something different, he will be able to have access to that, that generational, wealth that we left behind for him. He's still gonna be able to access it. It's just like he might take a different path, and that's okay. But we don't want him to be out here with nothing and be struggling and stressing. You know how many people commit suicide because of stress? Not everyone can handle this type of pressure. I'm grateful that I was strong enough to get through that depression when I went through it after having my son and stuff. I didn't get no support. You know what I mean? And I'm grateful that my husband also was going through that depression and stress for those times too, because he was very stressed. He was trying to support his family, but he was barely making money because he didn't have papers. But we had to go through all of that. I had to make sure we got to get married, and then he got his papers, and then eventually things started to pick up. But both of us was going through it, both couples go through it. Especially when it comes to that finances and not being able to do certain things.
Postpartum, and he's going through trying to provide and take care of his family.
Yes,
so that can be a lot.
That was a lot, and not
especially
everyone
doing
can.
It alone.
Yes, especially doing it alone. Not everyone can handle it. Not everyone have that mentality. That type of people do commit suicide. It becomes too much, and it's like, what else? You know what I mean? I don't know what else to do. So that can do that. So
yeah.
we were breaking that cycle, that generation curse of, you know, depression and anxiety and all of that because of a piece of paper, you know?
Yeah.
It's just a paper. That's what I said. It's a piece of paper. It's not real anyway. But what is real is family. We're real people, you know, we're real family. You
Y'all know us. We're
so,
real.
you know,
Y'all
we are
seen us
real
in
people.
Uganda.
Real family. So
Yeah.
you know, the paper is going towards family, love, unity. You know, we want to get to the point where we don't need the paper anymore. We don't need the dollar anymore. We would love to get to that point where money's not even needed. You know, I would love to see that in my generation. I don't know if I'm gonna be here to see that.
Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be here either.
I know, because they're trying to bring up cryptocurrency. They're trying to bring up
you never know how long that may take.
We don't know. We don't know when it's gonna be. Where, you know what? Let's just do away with the whole currency system. Period. Like, we should bring that down.
It's gonna happen,
you know, so that we
eventually
can be together. All this paperwork system, like that's what the fight is for.
Thing is, I would wish to see, you know, to have a family in a tropical environment, a healthy environment. Right now, my son has a whole bunch of little bumps on his face because of the, you know, the chemicals and stuff.
The chemicals, yeah.
You know, being in the States, my arm is freaking dry.
Yeah.
I'm feeling dehydrated all the time.
The water is harsh.
I'm not saying you can leave the system. I just want me to leave. You know,
right?
Me to leave. Me to be in a better environment so that my son can flourish in a better environment, be raised into a tropical, nice, healthy environment.
Yeah,
because a lot of babies, you know, get harmed by these chemicals, get harmed by gas stoves and stuff.
Yes,
it's dangerous.
It's very dangerous. If y'all only know how these chemicals were used in wars, and it's very dangerous for our health. It's harmful, you know. So this is a point in time where we have to evacuate. We have to exodus out of this environment where we don't have any other choice but to drink the water, even though the water has fluoride and chlorine, you know, and these gases that's in the HVAC system. You know, the AC have a chemical that's so dangerous to our health. You know, so if it has a leak, you know, that's dangerous. So
for not only
we don't want to be
everybody.
exposed to that for everybody. Yes, it's dangerous. Carbon monoxide that's in the meat right now, that's keeping the meat pink. You know, that's a dangerous chemical weapon, and it's being used against us. Because why else would they have a chemical? You know.
All right, y'all, going ahead and drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Thank you guys in advance.
It's a weapon. And it's like, it's just time for us to make that move.
Who do y'all see online that's really, as a family, you know, spreading knowledge and talking about healing generational curses?
Yeah.
If I was, you know, outside looking in, I would support that. I would pour into that. Because maybe I'm not in a position to do it, but you can see your brother, your sister do it.
I know.
You can experience that love and unity through them.
That's true. That's so true.
Even if you can't be able to do it, you can still pour into you know what you want to see.
Right. You want to see the next generation to look like, what you want to see the new world to look like.
And you will feel so grateful
I was a part of that. Yes.
You will be like, oh my gosh.
Yes.
Wow. And it makes your heart, because it makes my heart feel good to help out the less fortunate. When I was in Africa, I was giving, you know, young women who were pregnant money. I was giving people money, the people I saw on the street kids, you know, because I felt so good doing it. I'm like, oh my gosh, because if that was me, I would wish, you know, I would have a little something, you know, especially being in this world, you know, this man's world, we do need money to get certain things, you know, to maneuver.
Right.
But if I was struggling in a certain position, I would be like, wow, I'm so grateful. So it's like that, you know, we got to have that compassion, be able to feel for one another, be able to be in each other's shoes in order to feel out that pain that they're feeling.
Right.
If you're going through something, I'm supposed to put myself and feel it out with you.
I know. Yeah, I mean,
but I'm grateful for the people who, you know, who is sharing the word and supporting in many ways, whether it's money, whether it's just emotionally supporting. You can check up on me. You can, you know, you can spread the word,
Yeah.
or you
Yeah.
can donate,
Right.
towards his ticket, his visa.
Mhm.
All will work. All is gonna bring and manifest him to be here.
Right. That's right. That's right.
But we're also gonna keep on pushing content until we see the unity happen.
Yes. Yes.
Because I'm supposed to be able to be in your shoes and like, dang, she really is missing, yearning for her husband. He's yearning and missing to see his family. How can we make this happen?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep on pushing content too, and keep on striving until this can work. I'm not gonna give up at all. I'm not gonna lose hope and faith, even if people may be discouraged, and even if I'm talking to myself on this live.
I know.
I really don't care, because it only takes one person to be that one person.
That's true though.
That can
That's
reach.
so
That
true.
this can reach.
That's so true. Because they got lives out here that got hundreds of people, on there, and it's not really talking about family. It's not. It doesn't have much substance, and really, bringing solutions that can really help families get out of this. So it's like, but the ones who are family, he said we're family oriented. We have children. We not just out here. Individual. We are families. So we pushing a message that have real substance, and we're bringing solutions. Like, we have a lot of knowledge. You check out my page. We go live a lot. We have a lot of knowledge on our page that we talk about these real life issues, and then we have real life practical solutions that if you use it, you'll see that your family can actually, make it out of here too. And we're not just doing this for ourselves. We're doing this for the next generation. We're doing it for others also, that once we get on our feet, we're going to be able to help other people, we'll be able to be the guide for other families, to come together and bring other people out of certain situations. Because that's the whole thing. I would love to be able to do that. When I was in a position to do that, I wish I was, because I had a lot of money, and we all at one point I had a lot of money.
To individuals.
Well, I was able. I was
was not grateful.
Yes, I gave
but
it. Gave it up. Rented houses and Airbnbs and all that stuff in Puerto Rico, Costa Rica. Like, we been through the money that was there, but at that point I didn't have this. Knowledge is different. Like, it's different steps, different stages of the knowledge. I didn't have this type of information when I had all that money, but now it's like I have all of this information, all this knowledge. I'm like, dang, that's where the money is. Like, okay, it's not really here in abundance like it was, But trust and believe. If I had that information like how I had it, like how I have it now, oh yeah, we'd be helping so much people. We'll be helping so much people. So much families will be helped, like, for real. Because
we reported to people who didn't give us a dime back, and that's okay, because we're gonna receive our blessings coming through another form. Because we put that into the universe of us giving.
We don't expect.
So now it's time
back.
to
I didn't expect anything
back, and it may
all.
come through another source. It's not gonna come through those individuals who did receive
so
all that help and support.
That's so true.
We're not expecting it to come through that person.
No,
at all. And whatever karma they may receive, or whatever intentions they had, that's the karma they're gonna receive.
But I know what I pushed out. I pushed out good energy. I pushed out pure energy for sure.
You helped fed and housed a lot of people. I was helping cooking. I cooked for everybody. Everyone knows.
Right.
Amia, I used to
in the kitchen every day. Yep.
I used to cook a whole pot of food every
day.
Basically, almost every day.
Yes, the youngest one at that.
And I was only 15.
She was the youngest one, cooking for everybody.
Yes.
Yes, I used to call her Chef Amia. Yes, Chef Felicia too.
Chef Felicia. I used to play the music on Bico.
DJ
Amia. I was not Elisa. Amia.
Used to be a DJ.
But people who, so I'm not a selfish person. I do pour into others, and I don't expect them to pour into me. But I do push out that good energy, because I know it's going to come back through another person.
Like I said, yeah, because we got the resume. We not coming with we got the resume. We come with experience. We're coming with experience. She put in a lot. From young. So now she's an adult and she needs to start, but she's been putting in the work at a young age. She knows how to run a whole family. She doesn't You know what I mean? She's not lacking in that area. She knows how
Right,
to
don't-
clean a house. She knows how to
Exactly.
raise her baby. She knows how to take care of her son. I
Yeah.
don't have to do this. She's doing this by herself. You know, I'm just here
Yeah.
helping here and there,
There.
there.
there was
But I'm
time
not
you
taking
went to
on the
Costa
full.
Rica.
I was in Costa Rica for
I
what,
was-
2 weeks, and you
Yeah.
was with your baby by yourself. You know what I mean? Holding it down, like, come on, you know, you've been
Yeah,
doing that,
because-
and you're capable. She's highly capable of doing this. You know.
That's why you gotta teach your children how to be responsible. You know, how to, you know, take care of themselves. Because one day in their life, they're gonna be adults and they're gonna have to fend for themselves.
That's true.
So my mother was been prepping me since I was like 9-10 years old. I used to watch her cook and watch the baby help out with my sister.
Yeah.
And eventually, you know, I got the groove of it. You know,
Mhm.
so I'm already prepped to be a mother,
a
a
great
wife.
mother, and you're a great mom, mom, and you're doing a great job. And
Thank
I couldn't
you.
even be more proud to see you do your thing with your son. Like, for real,
Thank
she really don't
you.
even need me, as in, like, she does it. She breastfeed her baby. She makes sure her baby is clean, make sure her baby is fed, his clothes is washed, his diaper is changed. She wakes up in the middle of the night to feed him like clockwork. Like, she does not play when it comes to her son. She's not a neglected mom. She is there for her son. And a lot of, you know what I mean, young mothers, a lot of people can't say that, because a lot of mothers out here not doing that. You know, they're not pouring into their babies. They're doing other stuff. But you're here, like, that's your full-time job, you know, is being a mother right now. So you are working. You know, so for those talking about go get a job, no, you are working. This is your job. Like, this is a job that is not the easiest job ever. You know, it's not an easy job at all. You know, you work 24 hours round the clock, you know.
Right.
And baby said, you got to get up. You got to get up and feed him. You know, it's not a game. So you're doing an excellent job.
Thank
for
you.
real.
Thank you.
It's not easy, but you're doing it without your husband. You know, I'm here as support. You know, but you're doing the brunt of the work. You're doing the majority of the work is by you. So yeah, you're gonna get your blessing. It's all gonna come together, and you get exactly what you need to get, because you've been doing it. You've been putting in that work. All right. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end the live. But thank you for listening. Thank you guys for your support. You know, I do hope that the message do get spread. You know, Medea, you know, we counting on you too to do what you got to do. So we are grateful. You know, we're grateful for the support and the love and all of that. You know, so thank you. Much gratitude.
All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video as well as my commentary. Please be sure to drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Guys, I want to give a warm welcome to all of my new subscribers. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the channel. To all of my OGs, my day ones, my ride or dies. Y'all already know what it is. Big up yourself. We in the building with it.